just like me. Ah, delicious. All right, we don't have a lot of time here. We do not. And Byte is going to arrive at any fucking moment now. I know this, but I also know he's going to be late and he's going to have setup issues. So I'm going to give you motherfuckers a little intro to this fucking beautiful piece of software, how it works. You can go back and watch the fucking VOD. Obviously, you're doing that now because nobody's here yet. And you get this intro. This is important. So I'm going to be referring you back to this VOD if you don't. Watch it, and then you're going to get interrupted by Byte, and you'll have to watch the next one. This is Madtracker 2. This is tracking software, and not like it's going to track your location or your data or anything like that. It is a piece of software that was used primarily about 25 years ago to make video game music, and has since evolved a little bit from that point so that it can make extremely high quality music. Uh, this is the same program that Uematsu used to write all of the music for all of the Final Fantasy games on the Super Nintendo and beyond. So that would be Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9 and 10. And then after 10, he got out of that. But this is how he did it. He did this with a Roland synthesizer that I actually have. I have the exact same one in the other room. But in the games, you still had to track it like this. So you can't. You can use that synthesizer. You can pull those samples out of that synthesizer. But ultimately, this is how the data was stored on the Nintendo cart. And the reason that this is used instead of a staff and notes like you may normally think of when you're thinking of music is because of the way that computers store data. So let me begin by explaining what hexadecimal is. Hexadecimal is a way of storing it's not a way of storing. It's a way of counting. It's a way of counting instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then with 10 you throw a 1 in front of a 0, meaning you're starting over and you've gotten another digit. Instead of getting another digit every 10 times, you get another digit every 16 times. And the reason they do that is because in computers they only understand electricity going through and electricity not going through, or what we commonly call zeros and ones. And when you're storing a row of zeros and ones, 8 of them is called a byte. And a byte, which is what obviously we're waiting on him, but aside from being a overweight, balding friend of mine, it's also the way that computers store information. And you've got bits, which are single, and then you've got bytes, which are groups of 8 zeros and ones, making a total of 256 possible numbers. Because with zeros and ones, you count 1, you go 0, 1, and then you go 0, 1, and then 1, 1, and so on. It keeps going, and it multiplies against each other just like you would in base 10, except it's base 2 with binary. Well, the thing about hexadecimal is that's base 16, which is just super convenient for storing bytes because you can take an entire byte's possible 256 combinations and get it in nice and easy with a 16 count every 16 that goes through, because 8s and 16s are really important in computers. It's 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 40, 32, 64, 128, 256, and so on. That's how it works, and that's how computers store information. But this program does that too, and a lot of these numbers and values that you'll see me put in here are going to have like A's, B's, C's, D's, and E's and F's in them, and that's because we're in base 16. So you count you count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. And then you go back to 1, 0. It's not 10 anymore. It's 1 0, 1 1 1 2 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 1 6 1 7 1 8 1 9, and then 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F. And the way you can edit a lot of really, really base level assembly code and code for things like embedded devices, alarm clocks, shit like that, you can use a hex editor and go in and look at different hex values and see what the hexadecimal value for that is, and it will tell you what the value of the byte is. So that's what hexadecimal is all about, and that is what this uses, and that is what all of the Super Nintendo software used too. So storage was a big deal, and this saves a lot of space. How does it save a lot of space? Well, the way this works is you're allowed to take a sample of a sound, for example, me taking a shit, and then you can take that sample of that sound and you can pitch it between the lowest A on your piano and the highest C on your piano. And you can take that sample and bring it up and down. And that's what they did with Super Nintendo sounds. They took these violins and they took these samples, and there was one bass sample on there, or maybe more than one, but usually it was one. You can map more, but normally it's one. And then you'd pitch that up and down, and that's how you end up getting one tiny little 1 second of sound programmed to make an entire 4 minute track of music. And you'd get like 6 or 7 samples, and each sample would have a loop point where it would hold and it would go back and forth, and it can ping like this through the sound wave, or it can loop continuously from one point to the other. And all that's programmed within the sample, and then you map that sample out on the tracker here. And you can see over on the left side of this, barely, I'm sure, because y'all are on your squinty Twitch screens, but every 4 of these guys is highlighted. And you can change that up in these settings up here. You could change what the uh, amount of beats per measure are. So, or beats per beat, or whatever, ticks per beat. It's up to you. You define this, but you could change the primary beat on here to be any number of lines that you want. So I just moved it from 4 to 8 there. I'm going to move it back to 4. And I'm going to load a sample in here, but it's not just a sample. Things have changed since the Super Nintendo times. So back in the Super Nintendo times, you'd load a single waveform and get a loop, and then you'd map it on there, save your file. It would be less than half a megabyte for 4 minutes of music at high quality. So that was a long oh, dude, good to see you, man. It's funny, I've been doing this for a very long time, but this is a unique situation. I'm waiting for ByteBinge to get his shit together, get it all in a nice little fucking row, and then come in here and play some games with me. And I have been wanting to do some arranging for a while. I'm going to be arranging the Super Mario World Bowser Castle theme for my daughter. She really likes it, and I'm going to do that. And we're going to make a fucking hardcore heavy metal piano version of this, because I got my robotic piano in the other room. I've got my guitar, and I need to accompany myself with all the other instruments. So I gotta get a piano part in there so that the piano will play itself, and then I gotta get all of the bass guitar, the drum set, all that shit needs to be written. And you're gonna get to see it because I'm not gonna do this without streaming. I'm gonna if she's around, I won't swear and shit, but she ain't here right now, and she won't be here a couple times this weekend. I really want to get this done. It's for her, so I can excuse myself out of certain activities this weekend doing this because she's gonna be begging for it. So that's what's gonna happen. But there's another thing. There's another aspect to tracking that's changed since the Super Nintendo days, and that came with the advent of what's called the VST plugin. A VST plugin is an external piece of software that will plug in to additional music software. So you can plug a VST plugin into a MIDI sequencer, for example, like Cakewalk, or whatever MIDI sequencer you use. Or you can plug it into a scoring program like MuseScore Finale, or whatever fucking scoring program you use. I don't fucking know what program you use, but VST plugins plug into those, and they allow you to get a way, way, way higher quality sample than what you're going to get out of just recording your own and putting a loop on it. This shit is, Yeah, hey, what's up, dude? What the fuck is up? Welcome to my motherfucking stream. Sorry I'll be changing gears so fast on y'all. I can't believe so many people decided to show up. But anyway, the fucking thing I'm gonna do is load a VST plugin. They look like this, and you should be able to do that. I have not done this in a while, so it's gonna be a bit. So I've got Contact 5. That's one of my favorite VST plugins that I bought a very long time ago, and uh, I've just loaded that in here, and I'm going to double click on it so that I can pull in it. And now the VST plugin, which is a separate thing, it's not part of this program, but it's plugged into it, is going to act as my sample instead of this shitty little Super Nintendo sample that I used to do everything with. And I've been tracking since I was 14 years old, so unfortunately that means 26 years of this I've been doing. It's way too long. I'm way too fucking anxious. I'm gonna drink to that. My birthday is on June 3rd. I'll be taking that day off of work, and I'll probably stream for you motherfuckers. Why would I do something for someone else on my birthday? Because it's an excuse to not have to fucking do work. I can just fucking do what I want to do. So that's what you guys end up getting the benefit from that. But I am gonna probably stream on my birthday. Uh, and that is my 40-year-old birthday. I'm actually 39, so I'll be 40 in fucking June. And this fucking here, we've got a library and we've got what's called the Giant. The Giant is a piano. So if I click on the piano, I can bring in the Giant. And there's two kinds. There's the cinematic giant and the regular giant. And the cinematic giant is what happens to a piano if you abuse it. If you stick screwdrivers in it, if you fucking shove like animals inside there, golf balls, shit like that. And it sounds like a mess. I'll show you it. So this is the giant here, and it looks like I've got sound, but I'm not hearing it. So let me make sure I am unmuted here and going in. I may need to restart the whole program now. Nope. You hear all this sound? You hear that sound? That's the sound of a piano being struck from the inside by a stick. So all this shit is just a bunch, and they call it cinematic because it sounds like this are used in movies to scare people. Like that, and someone opens the door and there's a bloody fucking dude with his tooth falling out that needs to go to the dentist. That's fucking scary. That shit, that'll fucking make you piss yourself. But without the music, it's just a fucking dude with a bloody mouth. You're gonna be like, what fucking cop got involved with that guy's life? But you're not gonna be scared, and that's the difference. So anyway, poor piano died for all of us, just like Jesus Christ, all right? So I've got all those sounds. I don't have to take my own piano and do that shit to it. So I'm thankful to whoever abused the fuck out of the Giant. There's obviously two pianos involved with the Giant. This one, which was probably destroyed in the process. And then the other one, which is the samples that were done before or on the side of that one. So this is the other Giant right here. I've double clicked on that. Oh, I got to get out of here first. Hold on. It doesn't help to double click on two things. I definitely did not want to do that. You don't want to stack these. That's not a good practice. All right, I'm going to kill that here. Maybe I can get the other giant in here. And if it doesn't, there we go. So hear this? That's the piano. And what am I doing? I'm playing a keyboard, right? So C is Z. You could do this. You don't need to buy any fucking equipment to do this, right? That's a fucking major C triad right there. And just an octave higher up here, like on an organ. And the F keys give me my octave, so I can hit the bottom fucking note on. God damn it, F1 should not be help. F1 should be the lowest octave, you piece of shit. All right, anyway, that is a fucking low-ass piano note right there. So you can control the entire range of your instrument in using just your keyboard, which again, for a poor-ass 14-year-old like myself at the time, my parents weren't going to give me shit. Like, I did not get shit for music equipment until I ended up buying a bunch of my own. So, like, I did get a fucking music education. I would not recommend that to any of you. But before then, when I was 14, I wasn't getting dick. I was doing it on my own. I was doing it with a keyboard, and I was doing it with fucking Madtracker, and I made my own fucking samples. But Now I use VST plugins. So back to this fucking VST plugin, right? So there's more to this than just playing the damn notes. Everything about these notes is customizable. So I can put some tone on here and make this a warmer, and I can make the resonance higher, and it's going to start to sound better in a second. So I've got some space. I'm going to go ahead and increase the space, and now I'm in a concert hall kind of sound, and I want it a little warmer than this, and I could actually, no, that's hard, excuse me, I want it like this. God damn it, you fucking piece of shit, go where I want you to. Down to go left. Fucking bullshit. Down to go left. So it's starting to sound pretty good right there, but you can dial in the sound of the piano that you want, and once you've got it, there it is. And then you can map that piano out to this grid that is your fucking canvas that you're going to make your music on. So that's, by the way, I think I got perfect pitch. I claim to have it. I think that's the first note of the Bowser Castle theme. I think that's it. I don't think it's any other note. I think it's that fucking note. So that's going to be the fucking note I put in there. Um, if I'm fucking wrong, I can transpose this. But I say that that's the fucking note. That feels right too, because on the guitar it's right in the middle. It ain't in drop D, that is. It's not in E. It's not in the middle. It's right there. But anyway, you know what I'm fucking saying. Anyway, F is the first note. So if I hit this and I hit play, it'll go down. And I gotta set a tempo here. I think it's a little too fast. So I'm gonna slow this bitch down to 110 beats per minute. If you do that right here in this BPM spot. So I got this thing going at 110 beats per minute, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is super, super simple, right? So it's still too fast. But this is essentially the first part of the Bowser Castle bass line. That's what it sounds like. And to put a beat on here, let's get one more thing sucked into this VST plugin thing here. We'll go to Contact 5 again, and this time we're going to go into the factory library, and in here every other instrument under the sun is in this motherfucker, so I can get anything, seriously. This is percussion here, which is what I want, but I don't want just percussion actually. I want drum sets. So do we have sets? I guess not. What the fuck? Metallophones, accordions, reeds, recorders, flutes, world. Oh, this is world. Okay, that makes sense. There should be a drum set folder in this bitch somewhere. Beats, orchestral, synth, urban beats, vintage, world. I mean, I want to do orchestral, but I would think that my drum sets are going to be VSL percussion. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to give me a drum set here. No. I want a whole drum set. Forget. I'm so sorry. It's been a fucking while. Band? Drum kits. Perfect. Okay, bunch of drum kits. Let's pick a nice one. How about a studio kit or something like that? No, I don't want a break kit necessarily. Let's hear a couple of these fucking things. A rock kit's probably good. Put this in here. Alright, this is a beat that's already prepared. I don't want to deal with that. I'm making my own beats. So, you gotta get to the right octave where they will actually let me play my own music. There we go. right. Anyway, that I'm not obviously able to play the drums with a fucking keyboard in my hands, but the point is there. This is a fine drum set. It'll work for now. So we're gonna use that. And you can just you can slip them around. You can swap them out. You know, you can swap them right on out of there, and you're good to go. I will drink beer. Thanks for fucking reminding me. All right, so let's make a fucking I want open hi-hat. There she is. I may need to get this in double speed, which I can do, so that I can get double the amount of notes in there, right? So, it took me long enough to drink. I already drank half this fucking beer. I mean, I just got off of work, dude. There's plenty of the night left. So you can see how the beat goes there. All right, let's make this fat as fuck. So, at this point, I need to put some bass drum in there. And some snare drum too. Why not? Let's get them both done at the same time. Let's hit another one of these here. Let's hear how this fucking sounds. Nah, I don't need that fucking hi-hat there. I heard it in my head different. Part of this, too, and yet when you're starting, it ain't going to be like that. But the idea is to get what's going on in your brain, to get down on there as quick as you can, so that you can move on before you forget what you were thinking of. And it does end up working out. And then you can also copy and paste, which is awesome. Okay, so this is just fucking, I don't even know what it is, but let's hear it. And then maybe we can loop it. Come on. Close. Seems a little bit fucking weird. That fucking flam doesn't feel right. Is that where that belongs? That is where it is. I want it to be this. Boom. And then hang this thing out like this. Let's fucking hang this fucking thing out here. And let's fucking not hit it here. Fucking not hit that goddamn thing. No, you can actually hit it still with a bass drum. And you can pretty much copy actually all of this for the most part. Now, I forgot kind of how copying and pasting works from shortcut perspective. I used to do this all the time. And I forgot I think it's Alt F3, but also cut is one of them. So once I get back in the groove, I'll start doing it the right way. But I'm just going to use the right mouse button for now. Uh, but the way you want to do it when you get into like the fucking zone, you want those shortcuts. It's Alt F3, Alt F4, and Alt F5. But I forgot what copy, paste, and cut is. I can't be fucked with right now, so. Okay, so let's get some toms up in this bitch, cause this ain't good enough. But you can hear where this fucking thing is going. I should probably turn it up, honestly, if I think about it. I'll bet that this fucking thing is uh, not particularly loud. Let me look at this fucking thing. That's better, yeah. And of course, it's gonna loop. That all these video game songs and shit have the ability to loop what are called patterns, and patterns take up a certain amount of bytes of space as well on a computer. It's very cool the way that all the storage shit happens in this fucking what's called the tracker. And you could take these patterns and duplicate them and do things with them to arrange your piece into fucking different sections more easily, and you don't have to redraw everything, so to speak, like this. So let's get some toms into this bitch. Is that right? Yeah, that sounds dope. So, this is where I start wanting more speed, which means instead of the beats per minute being 110, you jack it up to 220, and you end up having 8 between each of these spaces, and you can hit some fucking mad 16th notes or some triplets or some shit like that, and you wind up getting some sick fills if you do that. So anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna do that or if I ain't gonna do that. Oh, I need a crash cymbal at the end of that for sure. And try to give all the percussion instruments their own track. So you got that. You notice I get that bass drum on track 2. I didn't even think about it. I just did it. But it's important considering you probably never did this before. You gotta understand that each one of the fucking sounds you're working with um, should probably get its own track. But you can take different sounds that are the same instrument. For example, the sound of the snare drum being hit and the sound of the flam. A flam is when a snare drum is hit with both sticks in rapid succession. You keep that on the snare drum track because a real life snare drum is going to be the vibration is going to stop from the previous hit as soon as the next hit occurs. So that's the fucking way you want to do this. Uh, yeah, Trinio's fucking a staple in the fucking the chat, and not only the chat, it's also a staple in the way that the chat processes is its information, because it's always thought about in a very certain way. I like that. But anyway, yeah, you're never gonna find more fucking patterns than you are in music, dude, or in sound in general. Just go out in the fucking woods. You'll hear that sound ain't gonna be fucking irregular either. That shit has patterns out the ass. But anyway, um, like a crash cymbal, that's what I was doing. I forget until I listen and hear the missing part. Where are you? Oh, that's one. We got a couple of them. Ride cymbals. Okay, so here's our crash choices. We got the high crash, the low crash, and the very splash. There's that roll there. That's kind of tight. That's also tight. I wonder if you cut that off, if it'll pop earlier. I don't know. Okay, anyway. So you can see, though, why I want to make my own fucking beat instead of using the prefab beats, because they're gay. So you always want to hear what's in your head and slap that shit down there. I think this is the correct crash cymbal for the occasion. Yeah, we're gonna have to double this. So I always forget how to do things when it's been so long. When we let's do this to 210 or 220, and I know that's part of it. And then one of these things you click. Nope, that's the pattern button. That's not what we want. It's the length, and we have to change the length to be we have to change the length to be 128. Again, you'll notice that pattern with all of these groups of binary multiples. Everything's in powers of 2. Everything. Powers of 2 are the whole world of computers. So everything's going to be powers of 2. And if you decide to write a waltz, some of this shit is going to change, but it's still going to be tons of powers of 2, even if you're in a waltz, just because of the way this fucking program was made. Now you hear this ridiculous pace. But we can go ahead and blow this up, I believe, because there's a way to. Um, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. That just moves the highlight. One of these things expands the fuck out of this and allows it to be double the length. Ticks? It ain't ticks. Nope. This thing? Pattern, no. What in the ever-loving fuck was it? It's not transpose. Um, thought it was one of these fucking things. That's the pattern number. So, uh, line per beat is this. This is not changing anything though. There's a way to fucking do this. I've done this many fucking times and I just don't remember. That's how you change the pattern. What the fuck is this? All right, one of these. Add a sequence above with the same pattern. Add one with the low pattern. Add a sequence with a new pattern. Add a sequence with the current pattern. And then there's this thing, and this does transposition. Ah, it's this. It's up here. Hold on. It's this shit. So add or something like that. Nope. What? Ah, fuck me. What was it? I'll be goddamned. It should not be that hard. Nope, that's just the notes. That is definitely not it. It's not these graphs or any of this shit. Nope, not an effect. Ain't this. I don't ever even deal with that. And what the fuck are you? Chat? I ain't doing that. They used to try to be Twitch back in the day. It didn't work. There were like 2 people on the chat. It was horrible. Um, oh, I'll be goddamned. Where the fuck is the goddamn it can't be add 0. I I feel like it's under this stupid Windows thing because there's obviously some shit hidden under there. Is this it? Nope, that just shows what the note is. Yeah, it ain't any of that. I don't think you highlight it either. You absolutely process it. That's not it. Normally you would hit it and it would double the amount. Well, I don't fucking remember. That sucks. Because this is supposed to be easy. But for now, we're just gonna have to fucking go back to what it was, because I don't fucking remember what it is. Where the fuck is ByteBinge anyway? He's supposed to be here already. We got ByteBinge in our chat or in our Discord. We got some bullshit in this Discord. He's online. Let's fucking get him on here. I'll remember how to do that shit and we'll continue. If I can get him to fucking answer the fucking phone. Uh, I've already got my PlayStation on. This is the plan the whole time was that if ByteBinge was able to come, which he is, then he's gonna be in here.
Hello?
Hey, dude. So
What happened to you?
what?
So what happened to you?
What do you mean? What happened to me? I'm here.
Said 4:30.
I know it's way fucking. Well, I mean, you didn't even call. You'd have
Yeah, I
gotten.
did.
Where?
Texted you and I called.
Oh, son of a bitch. Fucking phone went dead, even though it's in a charger. That must have been it. Anyway, I got bored of waiting for you, so I actually called. Sorry. That sucks. Thank you for being around, man. That's bullshit. I thought I had my phone fucking ready to go. It was in the charger. It must have died anyway.
How could it can't die while it's charging unless
Is
you're
it in the queue
charging it
of
with like a
F?
battery from ancient Egypt.
Trinio, did you fucking check it and see if it really is an F? I had a 1 in 12 chance of being right, but I do think I'm right.
Anyway, all right, I'll switch back to my PlayStation. I was
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
going to start streaming N64 again, which
Oh,
I
I'm
did
I'm
earlier.
very glad that I fucking called when I did. I just can't believe that my phone died, and that you didn't try chat. Usually that's where you end up having the most luck.
Actually,
I'm
I mean,
totally
maybe in this
shitty in that
particular
way.
instance because you're working on a music program, but that usually has been unreliable in the past. Because it'd
But
be like, because here's oh no, here's what happens. If you're playing Noida or you're playing whatever, you glance at the chat, you read whoever the most recent one is, or the bottom three, one of those
I
three,
read
and then you
like
move on.
I usually read and I look through and see what is it in the form of a question, and then I usually will respond to that. And sometimes if the comment is really funny, I'll also respond to that. But I actually gloss over shit even when I'm paying more attention. It's just I end up doing a stream of consciousness a lot, but I will answer questions. That's really the thing, and that's why I asked if fucking uh, how to do a Discord voice chat. It's easy. You just fucking go into Discord and then you click on the user and then there's a little phone icon that comes up here. You saw me do it. You can actually watch the VOD back again and see how it's done. And you just click on that fucking phone button and it'll call right into the guy. And so you could call anyone in this motherfucking thing. Now mine doesn't ring. I know this. It's because too many people would fucking call me. So I don't answer
No,
the
you don't know how to turn it on.
I know how to turn it on. I don't want it on. Seriously, a
Well,
lot of
then you
people would
can
talk to
keep
me.
having what happened just now, which
If
is
I
playing for
fucking
35 minutes and
and I'd
not
be
being able to
going
respond to my phone call.
during the middle of my life all the fucking time because people would want to fucking talk to me,
Turn
and
off Discord.
no, why would I turn off Discord? That's how I'm supposed to communicate with people. It's just I communicate on my motherfucking terms. All right. I don't want people to feel like I favor one person to another motherfucking person. You know, I mean that's just not what you do. So I just turn the motherfucking ringer off, and that way nobody can fucking actually interrupt me on Discord. But I can communicate with who I want to, and if we set it up and shit, we can do it. It's available and that's how it's done. Anyway, and the way that you motherfuckers want to do it, if you want to talk to my ass, and some people are going to be talking to me. I'm talking to one of my friends today, um, who he made a pilot of a real TV show. He's fucking brilliant. He's a puppeteer, and I'm gonna tell him about the fucking Screenwriters Guild and about a bunch of bullshit from Hollywood. Uh, but he that's what you do. You fucking say I'm gonna call you, and then you do it. That's the best way. All right. Anyway, let's turn this on. I'm sorry. Uh, I've already got the PlayStation rolling. I just need to switch the cord. It looks like no one's touched that PlayStation because no one's touched it in a very long time. There's the cord and the fucking controller. Here we go. I love how user 1 is in there. I don't know who the fuck made user 1. When it happened, I don't know anything about it. It just appeared. And it's all ghastly. It's a ghastly fucking user.
I know when I first started using Twitch, I had notifications on my phone on, and it was the most annoying thing ever. And of course, I turned it off like within 48 hours of that being on. Well, what's that? A note? I got a notification. This guy's streaming. Great. Glad I know that. Of
All right. There's some issues still here that I'm having.
course.
Uh, that is, I'm not hearing the audio come through the Elgato into the fucking uh, headphones. That's not good. I've got it coming through the TV here. So now I've got no audio from the game, and I just need to get fucking audio from the game rolling in here, and then I should be okay.
So I played a little bit, like an hour and something of an N64 game today.
Was that in your wife beater that you did that?
No, wearing a tie-dye shirt,
Ah, okay.
which I did not purchase.
I saw a thumbnail of yours. It was suggested to me today when I was just browsing. You just appeared, and you had
Really?
your wife beater on, and it was a suggested view. And I didn't look at it because I
Of course you didn't.
didn't have time.
You don't want to
But
give me any clicks.
I'll
I don't
click-
want. I don't
I'll
want to see an
click
extra
you.
click on the count
I ain't
and
gonna-
have it go to my head
I ain't
and
gonna
think I'm Mr. Hollywood or
click you in the
something.
middle of the day. The last thing I need is ByteBinge's sweaty fucking wife beater stream in the middle of my afternoon. That's not gonna motivate me. Like I needed fucking rock and roll to motivate my ass. I didn't need fucking ByteBinge's sweaty stream. But at night when I'm just winding down, you know, and I'm drinking, I don't have a lot to think about, and I just want to see something stupid. That is the time that I will click you, even suggested or unsuggested. That
No
is
matter how sweaty I am in the
I
thumbnail.
really don't care how sweaty you are. It's just it was rock and roll, or that particular thumbnail stuck out. It was stucking out, you know. Uh, but anyway, fuck me though. The sound, it's not coming through, which is just a goddamn horrible shame. Seriously, what do I have to do?
So I was streaming Hercules on N64, like the Kevin Sorbo series on TV.
Okay.
And I had to leave it on because I couldn't find a save spot, so it's still on. I had to go look at floors because we're replacing floors in the guest house because of the tornado damage.
Well, floors. I mean, rather look at floors and get a new floor than not get a new floor. I mean, especially. I mean, I like floors. I have new floors. They're 3 years
stand
old.
on a floor almost every day.
Damn, Trinio, you are a motherfucking generous man. Or woman. I don't fucking know. I didn't check down there. But anyway,
You're a generous human being.
you won't
Or
catch
just say
me
generous,
in
just
them.
generous motherfucker.
You
and
won't
then
catch
that's,
me in them drawers. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think motherfucker
I'm
is
not-
gender neutral, right?
I'm not getting caught. Motherfucker is gender neutral. Yes.
Okay.
Because anyone can fuck anyone's mother, and it,
Just want to make sure.
the verb fuck is not bound to a gender. Therefore, motherfucker is also not bound to a gender. And this has been
There we go.
before people got woke about anything. It's just grammar. All right. So that's put that one to bed. But I'm
That's
fucked,
just
guys.
we'll have to start using that more often.
I'm gonna have to do something here. This is really bad. I can't believe I put all this time into preparing both before, and now this is bullshit. I guess it doesn't help that I'm using all this VST shit, and this really does fuck with your sound. So, yeah.
You should just switch your streaming audience to me playing Hercules on it 64 while you figure it out.
No, fuck off. I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna add a new audio, and
And
hopefully
they
it'll work.
some of them will not like it because it's a terrible game. Playing it anyway.
Oh no.
So bum number one, if you look at the Discord, I bought 4 new games at the retro store.
I'm gonna have to restart this fucking stream. I think that's what I have to do.
Well, there you go. You got to throw them into my stream then.
Are you streaming right now?
I can in a second.
Yeah, but then you gotta throw them back, dude. Or
Of course I will.
All right,
of
good.
course I will.
Yeah, that's the way to go. We'll fucking bounce these.
Just give me a
bitches
second. I gotta
around.
turn this on. Okay.
But I gotta get this fucking fixed. This
All
is,
right. There. I'm streaming.
Okay. All right, you motherfuckers are going into ByteBinge's fucking little hidey
I
hole
will
for a while.
re-raid you.
This is because I don't want to just shut you down, okay? And we'll get re-rated.
You're gonna get shut down.
This time it's my goddamn audio
record.
problem,
I gotta
though.
get
That's
it.
what really fucking... I'm not going to take an hour, though. I'm going to get this done. It's fucking stupid. Alright. Good. Raid is done. I am out.
There it is.